Welcome back to ciLiving. I first introduced you to Sebastian Major a few weeks ago, and now he's back, and he's here in the ciLiving kitchen. Thank you for joining us. And Jim, Dad, thank you guys for joining us here. Did you miss school for this?
No.
Okay. We're all about education here. When I went and visited you, I asked you what you wanted to be when you grew up, and you said, I want to be a chef. So that's what we're doing here. What are we cooking today, Sebastian, Mr. Chef?
French toast casserole.
French toast. Is this an original recipe, or who came up with this?
We got it out of a cookbook I got.
You got it out of a cookbook. Okay, so tell everybody, this is your big Paula Deen debut, right?
I guess so.
So tell everyone what's happening here on the bottom. What's this brown stuff?
It's a mixture of stick and a half of butter, cup and a half of brown sugar, and a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon melted together.
Okay, so you melt that together and then you mix it together? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then we put it in this
13 by 9 baking dish.
13, okay, very good. And we're putting some bread on top, right?
Mm-hmm. You uncrust the uncrust Texas toast and you put it at the bottom.
Why do we uncrust it, Mr. Chef?
Actually, I don't know that. It's just
because the crust is hard.
The crust is hard. We don't want hard crust. Sorry, that was a tough question, I guess. All right, so how many layers of bread are we going to put down here?
We only do one.
One layer of bread.
And then after we usually use 6 for the bottom, and then we use 1 to fill in the layers, fill in the gaps. And
perfect. And so we met you first when you were helping out your school in Tolono. You decided, hey, I want to help Make-A-Wish kids, make sure they get their wish, and that's when we first met you, if people didn't know. And how's everything going with you? You got your own wish where you got to go to Hawaii. How's everything going with you?
Good. We just went to Chicago for a bunch of doctor's appointments and kind of like an orientation sort of thing.
Was that fun or probably boring?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right? That was kind of boring. Great. All right, so we've got that. So you're filling in with little extra pieces of bread there. And then what do we have in here? I saw you can crack an egg much better than I can crack an egg.
It's 6 eggs and milk whisked together.
Okay, so 6 eggs. And do we...
1 cup of milk.
1 cup of milk. Do we want those little chunks of eggs, or is it supposed to be whisked more?
Probably.
Because I could help out too. If you need a hand, I'm not a good cook. Oh, thank you.
By all means.
I shouldn't have volunteered now. All right. And so 11 years old, so that means, I forget, what grade are you in?
6.
How's school going?
Good.
Good? Mm-hmm. Are you getting in trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember you're probably the class clown, do you think?
No, I'm more the quiet guy.
Do I believe that? Should I believe that?
At school, yeah.
At school, you're well behaved?
Yeah.
At home, you get wild and you tear the kitchen apart.
Yep.
Okay. So let's pour this, should we? Is that right? You're the guy here. Any tips for people at home on how to know when this is ready, or how to know when that brown mixture is ready?
The brown mixture will get thick and not as watery, and it'll be together. And
how'd you get into cooking?
we were making omelets, and I helped, and then I liked it, so I kept cooking.
Really? See, I prefer eating over cooking.
I like both.
Well, that's good. So let's pour this here. Any tips on how to do this? Spread it out evenly,
yeah, you
probably?
You spread it out. And
okay.
Here.
This is Paula Deen approved. She would probably say, good pouring style. Perfect. All right. Now what do we do, chef? And where can we get a hat like that? Where did you get your hat?
I don't know.
Where do we get that?
GFS Supply.
GFS Supply. That's a plug, free plug for you guys. All right, so we have this. We have our oven preheated to 350 degrees. Is that what we're doing now, or what happens to this?
We put this in the oven for 350 degrees, and then 25 to 30 minutes later, we put maple syrup on top and broil it for like a minute.
I cannot wait to try this. It only takes a half hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we will be trying this coming up later in the show. Chef Sebastian's going to stay with us, and Dad, we're getting all the help we can. Maybe we can convince some people standing by to have a little taste test if they trust our master chef here. And we will check back in a little bit. If you would like this recipe, we'll have it on ciLiving.tv after the show. We'll be right back.